Okay. So, only three of us.
They'll come. Sometimes
yes,
come a little later.
That's great. Okay, we can do some more prayers, like the Nashima prayer or any. Yeah.
No, you can start actually because I'm recording it. So
okay. So, so Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to this virtual program, to this virtual class. Thank you for attending, and I'm going to talk a little bit on Kartik, and I'm seeking your blessings and all your good wishes, as Nabi Prabhu always say. So here, first, as we know, Kartik is a very auspicious and beneficial month, and it is the most beloved childhood pastime of Lord Shri Krishna. Although Kartik months come every year, yet devotees are very enthusiastic during these months as we are celebrating, as if we're celebrating for the first time. And our acharyas, and they have commented exhaustively on this auspicious month, which inspires us to take to the path of bhakti. And we should always be very thankful to all of them, mostly to Srila Prabhupada, who has painstakingly translated this great Vedic literature into English to facilitate our understandings. No one has done that kind of translation before, so we are all indebted to our dear Srila Prabhupada. So here, today I am going to introduce this historical personality called Harisauri, because I'm going to talk from his point of view about the Damodara Lila. Some people call him Harisauri. This personality is an expert commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, and Srila Prabhupada named a disciple after him. So since I'm going to quote from his commentaries, I would like to talk a little bit on this great personality. And so his name, we will come to his name after. First, Harisauri wrote commentaries only on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and thus also only on the 49 chapters, first 49 chapters. That is a pastime of Krishna in Vrindavan. So he passed away when he was about to ride on when Akrura took Krishna away from Vrindavan. So he was born in Nasik. That is, Harisauri was born in Nasik in a Kashyap Gotra Brahmana family. And his year of birth is 1810. And so he appeared after all the Gaudiya Acharya left. That is why his name is not mentioned by any of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So he even appeared after Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has left. Then he appeared. So in his family lineage, they were followers of Saint Tukaram. And Tukaram, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Saint Tukaram had contact with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Saint Tukaram was spreading Sankirtan movement everywhere in Maharashtra. So his family was influenced by Tukaram. Through his family lineage, he obtained mantras to worship the Lord. And at the age of 30, he took a very severe vow that he had to, he has vowed like to take this just to satisfy the Lord. He had decided to take that vow. So he was very determined that since he has got this wonderful human form of life, and that also in a very favorable condition, like in a place like India. And then he decided to give it a very good trial, just to achieve the Lord Shri Krishna, in that very life. So his vow was as follows. Every morning, he would wake up before sunrise, take his bath, and chant his Gayatri mantra. He would chant the entire Vishnu Sahasranam, that is 1000 name of Lord Vishnu, and he would chant 12 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam, reciting the verses. After that, he would serve the cows for 1.5 hours. And then after doing all these, then he will accept a morsel of food. So he was willing to continue this vow throughout his life because he wanted to please Lord Krishna by executing this vow. So this vow continued for 12 years. And after 12 years, he wrote in his commentary that one day while he was serving the cows, he felt a pat on his back. And simply by the touch, he understood that it was the hand of the Lord. And then he looked behind and he had the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of Shri Krishna. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, Janma safalatar Krishna darshan jai, bhagya hove achhe ek bar. One time, if you have the darshan of Krishna, your jivan is safal, right? So his life is successful who attained Krishna at least once. With great tapasya, Harisauri got one glance of the Lord. He turned back and he had tears in his eyes. Actually, his name was Hari Baba Sastri. So he got darshan of Krishna when he was 42 years old. At that time, Krishna addressed him using the one name, Arbaka. Arbaka means my dear child. That's what Krishna used the name. Krishna told him that he had accepted Harisauri in the spiritual world as one of his family members already. So after giving up this material body, he would attain the spiritual world. But before leaving, he had to do something, to accomplish something for Krishna. So with folded hand, Harisauri
Have we lost her?
I think we lost her, haven't we, in mid-flow. She was just talking about Harisauri. He appeared in 1810, and he was in the line of Tukaram, and he's done a commentary on Bhagavatam, only the 10th canto, first 49 chapters. And that is all the chapters when Krishna was in Vrindavan. And he was just about to start on the next chapter when he's in Mathura, and Krishna took him back. So that was interesting. And he's...
she was just saying that at the age of 42, he was doing this austerity, and he felt a hand on his shoulder. And he looked back and he was seeing Krishna standing there behind him.
Okay, thank you.
And hopefully she should be back any second. So how is everybody?
Good, Krishna's mercy. Very horrible, but it doesn't stop us from coming to the Zoom.
Sorry, what was that?
I said it's raining out, but it doesn't stop us.
Okay.
Sorry
so,
about that.
So when Krishna, I don't know, you should have told me, wrote something, or because I thought I kept talking. I didn't know if I was frozen. Anyway, so he got this, he got the darshan of Krishna, and then when he turned back, his back, he saw Krishna. He had a glance of Krishna. That bit I said, right? So Krishna addressed him as Arbaka. Did you hear that bit also?
Yeah, just that bit.
Right. Okay.
After that, yeah, we left.
Okay. So that means that my dear child. So Krishna told him that he had accepted Harisauri in his spiritual world as one of his family members. So after giving this material body, Krishna would, Harisauri would go to the spiritual world. But before that, Krishna wanted him to accomplish something. And then with folded hand, Harisauri asked, what would you like me to do? So what would you like me to accomplish? So then Krishna told him that in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, Krishna has so many pastimes, and that there are reasons why he executed all these pastimes. And at that time, Krishna told him that even an ordinary man, when he performs something, he has some bija in his heart, some seeds in his heart, some desires in his heart. So even the smallest activity we perform, we have these desires. So Krishna said, for every activity that he has some reasons, so many hidden secrets behind the activities that he had performed. And that time Krishna told him that tat sarvam tava buddhi gocharam anusyasaram karisye. That means I will transfer all the reasons why I perform my leelas into your heart. And please, Krishna told him, please, you just write. Simply likha. Likha means write. So because you are expert in Sanskrit grammar and poetic, so please simply write. Dear Harisauri, write. So then Krishna also gave him a name, a title like Suri. Suri means, which means very intelligent person. So from that day, his name was Harisauri. And in the first 49 chapters, there are almost 2,500 verses. And that which Srila Shukdev Goswami spoke and have wrote. And Harisauri commentaries are 4,590 verses explaining all the secrets behind Krishna's pastimes. So he took the severe vow and wrote the commentaries. And he called his commentaries, his book that he wrote, the Bhakti Rasayanam, or the elixir of bhakti. And to write 4,590 verses explaining Krishna's Leela from different angles, so is not the task of an ordinary person. So Harisauri left his body at a young age, we must say, like 40, 45 or something. And so today we are just trying to scratch a little bit, the surface a little bit, because since we don't have the knowledge to understand this great literature, which Harisauri has compiled in his Bhakti Rasayanam. So now we'll start with
And where did, sorry Mataji, where you heard these lectures, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. And,
yes.
And who was giving the lectures?
Hari Prasad.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So he's done work on it, huh? He's done a lot of work on it. Very good. Thank you very much, because this is really interesting to see how he's interpreting Bhagavatam.
Yes. Okay. So Kartik or Damodar months is the best, the purest of purifiers and most glorious of all months. Kartik month is particularly dear to Lord Krishna. And any devotional service, even the smallest performed in this month, yield immense result. So the effect of performing Kartik Vrat lasts for 100 lifetimes. This is stated in the Shastras. So in Padma Purana, Uttarakhand, Lord Shri Krishna says, of all plants, Tulsi is most dear to me. Of all months, Kartik is most dear to me. Of all places of pilgrimage, my beloved Dwarka is most dear to me. And of all days, Ekadashi is most dear. So today I'm going to talk a little bit on Damodar, and this everybody knows, but we will try to see what Harisauri has to say about the pastime. So, so here, because every year we do the same thing. So during this month of Kartik, we should worship Lord Damodar and daily recite the prayer known as Damodar Stakam, which has been spoken by Sage Satyavrata and which attracts Lord Damodar. And Srimati Radharani is known as Kartika Devi. She is a goddess or presiding deity of the month of Kartik. We should worship Lord Damodar with Radharani near him, as she is the most dear to Krishna. And Srimati Radharani is like a power generator of for Krishna. So in this month of Kartik, reading about Lord Krishna is the most auspicious. Some same about chanting and hearing, because when we read, hear, and chant, we get inconceivable benefit. When we read the verses, we hear about the Lord, about Damodar, we get attached to the personality on whose name this whole month is celebrated. So when we offer a ghee lamp, let us offer it with devotion, not because everyone is offering, or we are offering too. So we offer it with with devotion. Okay, we should be devoted because the Lord explained to Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 14, verse 20. Na sadhayati mam yogo na sankhyan dharma uddhava na swadhayastapastago yatha bhaktir mumurjitaha. So my dear Uddhava, the unalloyed devotion service rendered to me by my devotee brings me under their control. I cannot be thus controlled by those engaged in mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy, pious work, Vedic study, austerity, or renunciation. I am controlled only by them, not by others. So, so to start today, sorry. So in this Kartik month is a dealing of Lord Krishna with Mother Yasoda, and he appeared in Vrindavan just to demonstrate his pure love to his pure devotee. So when we see the greatness of Lord Shri Krishna, we realize how insignificant we are. And because, and we become humble, really humble, then we start establishing a relationship with the Lord. Even though the Lord is so powerful, he got scared of Mother Yashoda and became controlled by her. And so to start the story, Mother Yashoda was getting too many complaints from the gopis, and that Krishna was stealing butter from their houses. She thought that Nanda Maharaj had 900,000 cows and there was no scarcity of milk or milk products in her house. Then why was Krishna stealing from other houses? So Krishna got the tag of being a butter thief. And Mother Yashoda thought that if Krishna was given the best milk and milk product, then he would not go out to steal from other houses. So she also saw that maybe the maidservants' consciousness were not pure when they were churning, and the yogurt, that's why Krishna was not satisfied. And so she decided to prepare the best butter herself and in pure mood of goodness just to satisfy Krishna. So on a Diwali day, Mother Yashoda woke up very early, took her bath and dressed up in a very nice yellow silk garment. She puts multi-flowers on her hair and decorated her body with nice ornaments. And then she started churning the butter. And while churning the butter, while she was churning, because all the maidservants were busy, that is it. So can we say why all the maidservants were busy? Who can answer here?
Diwali. They were all
Not this one. So can you hear me properly?
They were celebrating the festival of Diwali, so they were all busy with the festivities.
Yes.
And, I think Nand and Rohini went to Upanandan's house or Sunandan's house to prepare for Govardhan Puja, Indra Puja.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing that Mother Yashoda did not know was that Krishna was stealing butter from other houses just to fulfill their desires. Because while performing their house chores, the gopis would pray to Krishna to come and taste the butter at their houses. Then the cows would produce more milk, and also they went to complain just because they wanted to see Krishna. And they were always thinking about the good fortune of Nand Maharaj and Yasoda Mai to have Krishna as their son. So here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur described Krishna's quality and of stealing butter. He says, when the hearts of the devotees become as soft as butter in compassion and as white as butter in purity, then Krishna come to steal our hearts, but our hearts are as hard as rock and are not melting. He also said that the day our hearts melt, become as soft as butter, then with humility, then if we have humility, patience, tolerance, and compassion, then Krishna will come to steal our hearts. So Mother Yashoda was churning the yogurt. She was glorifying the pastime of Krishna by singing. So Vyasadeva wrote in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9, verse 2. Yes, it's there. Yani yani hi gitani tadabala charitani cha dadhi nirmamanthani kale smaranti tani agayate. So while chanting the yoga, Mother Yashoda remembered the childhood activities of Krishna. And in her song, she was just narrating all, and she was just singing while she was doing her activity. So Mother Yashoda was completely absorbed in glorifying the supernatural pastime of Krishna with closed eyes. Here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote that Mother Yashoda's bangles were making the sound of Kartala, and the process of churning was making the sound of Mridanga. There's a transcendental malati flower on the hair of Mother Yashoda, so that Mother Yashoda is rendering service to the Lord, and why we should be on her hair, we should be at her feet. So in the spiritual world, everything is animate, is personified. And Srila Prabhupada quote that Sanatan Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur elaborated on this process of remembering and singing. This process of remembering and singing is very, very blissful. In fact, Srila Prabhupada once said that constantly remembering Krishna means constantly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So here I will try to sing the song that Mother Yashoda was singing, but I have not get translation for, it's very long. I have chosen only the important one, 3 or 4 verses, and I will try to sing it. Okay. So, and this song is by Jiva Goswami in the Gopal Champu. Gokula patikula tilakam tvamasiha. Gokula patikula tilakam tvamasiha. Kritasu vraja rachitasu khavraja nayananandi samiha. Anando bhava janma mahotsava Nandita Gopa Samaja Utputananika Nriti Navamangala Kriti Valayata Gokula Raja Gokula Patikula Tilakam Tvamasiha Tribhuvana Darashana Vishmaya Marachana Nishchita Vaishnava Maya Harivarivashya Sukhadatamasya Vigata Jara Marakaya Gokula Patikula Tilakam Tvamasiha. So I've got a translation only for those few lines. That's why I'm going to say the translation now. So you're the brilliant tilak on the forehead of the family lineage of Nanda Maharaj. We must have performed many pious activities in our past life. Therefore, for this reason, the entire happiness has arrived in Raj in your form. Just by gazing at you, our eyes attain immense happiness. When you were born, we celebrated a great festival known as Nandotsava. While the entire society of Gopas and we all were very happy that day. But suddenly our happiness was short-lived because just a few days after you were born, Putna came and you immediately killed her, and you ensured auspiciousness for all of us and also for Nanda Maharaj. A few days ago, I saw all the free world in your mouth with my own eyes, which surprised me. But definitely it was Lord Vishnu's Maya. So Mother Yashoda offered prayers for her son and blessed him. She said, "Oh dear Krishna, may you always engage in the devotional service of the Lord Hari, and may there be no effect of old age, death, or on your body." So you see here, we see that even Mother Yashoda is trying to make Krishna become a devotee of himself, right? So we continue. Krishna was sleeping in his room, and when he heard the song, he woke up, and hearing his mother singing, he started looking for his mother, just as any ordinary child would do. They will go and look for mother first. And Krishna found his mother churning the yogurt. He went and held the churning rod. He did not say anything. He just held the rod just to exercise his right as a dear son of the beloved son of Mother Yasoda. So we know how risky it is to hold the rod when it is in motion. But Krishna, he was so sure, and he was confident that his mother will stop immediately. So here the poet Harisauri gives beautiful explanation. He wrote, Mai pritena bhi karmani ujjite api kirtantaja yato dandadharo asmi asmin dham evati abhodhate. So here translation is, once love for me has been attained, there is no question of fear of Yamaraj, who hold the chastising rod. When it comes to my devotees, it is me who becomes the dandadaru, means the holder of the rod. And so Krishna is telling his mother, oh mother, you have achieved me. No need to labor so hard. But but for Mother Yasoda, Krishna is her son. Mother Yasoda looked at her son and she smiled, realizing that her son was hungry. And she took Krishna on her lap and she started feeding her with her breast milk. But Krishna was not hungry for milk. Krishna was hungry for the love of his devotee. And Krishna was there in his mother's love. So in Vrindavan, Krishna exhibits all the qualities of a normal human being. Outside of Vrindavan, he is Ugram Viram, Mahavishnu, but there he is not. So here, Mother Yasoda, both mother and son were very happy, and Mother Yasoda was exhibiting extreme love to Krishna. But suddenly she heard the noise of milk overflowing on the stove, which she had put to boil earlier on. So as I said before, in Vrindavan, spiritual world, everything is animate. So the milk on the stove was watching the pastime, and the milk was thinking, mother and son, they are so happy. And the milk became very envious, thinking that Mother Yasoda has unlimited supply of milk for Krishna. So that the milk on the stove thought that there was no chance that Krishna would consume me. And so it decided to commit suicide. So here the milk is committing suicide, killing itself. And by jumping into the fire, this is a realization of Harisauri. So here a question may arise, how can the milk think or act? So we all know the Damodara Astakam. What is the last stanza in the Astakam?
Namo Radhikaya. You mean that one?
No.
Namaste Sudamne.
Yes. 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 So meaning, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which bind your belly. So can we offer obeisances to a dead rope? So that means that the rope was magical. It would retract. It was retracted itself and extended itself. So the rope was alive, just like the milk was alive, and everything is alive in Golok Vrindavan. So here we can see that Nanda Maharaj had 900,000 cows, and Mother Yasoda picked the 9 best cows, fed them the best grass to get the best milk for Krishna, so that he would not go to steal from other houses. Now Mother Yasoda saw that her milk could stay in her breast, but the milk on the stove, that one would be lost. So what did she do? She just putting Krishna down, she went to save the milk on the stove. And now Krishna, the question is, was it okay for Mother Yasoda to leave Krishna and go? Was it okay? Yes or no?
No. Yes and no.
No?
No. Answer is yes and no.
Okay.
No.
So Mother Yasoda is a pure devotee. She cannot be wrong, right? She wanted to save the best milk for Krishna. So she displeased Krishna for a little while and for temporary, and then to please Krishna permanently. So Srila Prabhupada quote in Bhagavad Gita 10:10. So yes, here. What is it? Yes. Tesam satata yukta nam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam enamamupayantite. Very good. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. As Paramatma in the devotee's heart, Krishna inspires us which service to perform first. Sometimes we are in a fix, so much to do, and we don't know which one to prioritize. So Krishna gave this this idea of which job, which one we have to. He gives us knowledge of which service to pick first. So now Krishna got very angry when Mother Yashoda left, and he got very angry. And he was thinking that he left his Golok Dham, his ocean of milk, and came to them as a son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And how dare she leave me and go to attend to some milk? So Krishna thought he did not have any value. And he says, I am the cause of all causes. Yet, because of some cheap milk, she neglected me. So he started biting his red lips with his white teeth and decided to do something wrong, bad, so that to get the attention of his mother. And he looked around and saw this big, precious pot of butter that his mother has been churning. So he picked a rock and smashed the pot at the bottom. In this way, all the contents would leak out, no mean to save any. So here, so the yogurt spilled everywhere, and Krishna, seeing the mess, he got scared. So he ran and hid himself in a room and began to eat the freshly churned butter, sitting on a wooden grinding mortar, which was turned upside down. And he was also feeding the monkeys. So here some commentators say that feeding the monkeys was like paying back to them when the Lord came as Lord Ramachandra in the Treta Yuga. The monkeys helped him to build the bridge. So now in Dwarpa, he is trying to pay them back. So when Mother Yashoda came back, she saw the mess. First she smiled, saying that her son was very smart. And he broke the pot in a way that nothing could be saved. Also, she saw that what was the use of saving some overflowing milk at the cost of losing more, because the quantity of milk used for making the butter was much more than what was on the stove. So in this process of saving some, we lose more. So Harisauri, he had told a story in this regard. He said the story goes like, once there was a Brahmana in Ujjain who took the vow of giving one handful of red kidney beans, rajma, to everyone who comes to beg at his place on Dwadashi. So, and on Dwadashi, some beggars came, and he gave one handful to each of them. And then, so more started coming, because they know every Dwadashi they will get one handful of grain. More beggars started coming. So this Brahmana started thinking that I am giving too much. What should I do? But I have taken this vow of giving a handful. Then he saw that my daughter-in-law, she's young, she just got married, she has got very small fist. So let me use her, let her give. And then in that way, instead of giving one fistful of mine, which is bigger, she can give two of hers. So I will keep my vow. So she called her young daughter-in-law, and she told the daughter-in-law, you start giving. So the daughter-in-law was a happy young girl, very beautiful. She started giving. So now these beggars, when they came, they were so astonished to see this beautiful girl. They went and told the around villages, all the beggars came. So now this Brahmana, he had to buy more. So he thought, what the use of saving a little when we have to spend more. So yes, so what happens here, Mother Yashoda saw that if Krishna could do such mischievous act at his own house, what was he doing at the gopis' houses? So, so she decided to punish Krishna. And picking a small stick in her hand, she followed the Krishna's butter-smeared footsteps. So his footprints, because he walked on the messy yogurt. Here, Jiva Goswami commented that one can catch the Supreme Personality of Godhead by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So Mother Yasoda decided to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord by following his butter-smeared footprints. So seeing his mother with stick in hand, Krishna got very scared. And he jumped from the grinding motor and he started running. So Vyasdev, he wrote in Srimad Bhagavatam, so we just come across this verse, and Srila Prabhupada also translated it very nicely. Madbhayad vatu ayam suryas tapati madbhayad varsatin do dahati agnir mrityus tarati madbhayad. So it became, it is because of my supremacy that the wind blows out of fear of me, the sun shines out of fear of me, and the Lord of clouds, Indra, sent 4 showers out of fear of me, and fire burns out of fear of me, and death goes about taking its toll out of fear of me. But here we see the same Supreme Personality of Godhead was experiencing fear. He was running. He just wanted to increase the glories of his devotee, of his mother. That's what he was doing. So as a small boy, Krishna could run faster. But Mother Yasoda, whose heavy body made her reduce her speed, while she was running, she was sweating and her hair became loose. And, and all of the flowers from her hair were falling down, but she did not stop. But Krishna would not allow Mother Yasoda to catch him because Mother Yasoda had a stick in her hand and she was showing anger. So Krishna never looks at anyone who has even a tiny bit of anger towards him. Even though they have all the knowledge, favorable knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this is a message that Krishna made clear. And Mother Yasoda tried hard, even though she was very tired, she finally managed to catch Krishna. And Krishna started to cry and rubbing his eyes with both hands. Mother Yasoda saw that her child was scared because of the stick in her hand. So she threw the stick away and she asked Krishna a question. She says, okay, Krishna, tell me, who broke the butter pot? So what did Krishna reply? Who knows?
Yeah, it was, it's your own karma, he said. It's the Lord's arrangement and it's your karma.
Krishna replied, it's a punishment from Paramatma.
Yeah.
And then Mother Yasoda said, okay, so Krishna, so who was feeding butter to the monkeys? What did he answer?
He said, wait a second, he said, no. He said, no. You in such a rush to get me. You didn't listen what I was, you didn't actually try to understand what was happening. He said, the monkeys broke in. This is from, I think, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Monkeys broke into the storeroom and they took the pot and I was trying to retrieve that pot. And in the meantime, you came with your stick after me.
So Harisauri has another angle of this thing, and Harisauri says, and Krishna said, the one who has created the monkeys is responsible for feeding them.
Yes.
He created the monkeys,
That's
right?
true as well. That's true as well.
So, yes, Mother Yasoda then told Krishna that he was a big liar and he was a big thief. So Jiva Goswami had this realization in Gopal Champu, and that's what he said. So Krishna said, all these great sages on the planet Earth, they are singing my glories, which destroy the 6 enemies. So what are the 6 enemies? Riyanj, what are the 6 enemies? He's not there?
Oh, he's there. Riyanj?
Okay, anyone? What are the 6 enemies?
Lust, anger, greed.
Jindy's saying lust, anger, greed. Envy. Jealousy. Pride.
Right. Attachment.
Arrogance. Oh, yeah, attachment. Yes, good.
Yeah. So they have established my fame. Yes, wait, I will ask you more question, okay? So here Krishna is saying, all these great sages, they have established my fame, and I am here in front of Mother Yashoda, and she's exhibiting anger. So our goal of life is just to satisfy Krishna, thus to obtain his mercy. But if someone does not satisfy Krishna and tries to get some material benefit in life, what happens? That person will get that benefit, but they will lose more, because they will lose more what they intended, because Krishna will run away from them. But if that person start again coming toward Krishna, Krishna become more and more approachable to that person. So dear devotees, here Mother Yasoda tried to bind Krishna, but she was unable to bind him. As we all know, the rope was 2 fingers short. So every time she added more, still she could not bind Krishna. Now can someone tell why Mother Yasoda could not bind Krishna?
Priyansh, why she couldn't bind?
Okay, maybe he's not there. Anyone else? Why Mother Yasoda could not bind Krishna?
Krishna is the master of everything, and well, he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of his friends, to be bound, and of course he also says you can't just be bound by, even my mother's love is so strong, still can't bind me unless 2 factors are there: great effort and my mercy.
Yes, but Harisuri had something else to say. Harisuri said that when Krishna glanced at someone, right, that person gets liberated. And so Krishna looked at the rope, and the rope got liberated. So how can the liberated entity put someone into bondage? That was Harisuri's realization. So seeing the his mother's endeavor, Krishna accepted to be bound. And now Krishna he's thinking about his next Leela. That's why he accepted to be bound. So Krishna is very merciful. He says, even if my devotee good qualities fall short, because that devotee is very close to my heart, I will complete whatever they are lacking. That is, a rope was falling short for Mother Yasoda to bind him. So in Bhagavad Gita 9.22, Srila Prabhupada quotes, Ananyastindayanto mam ye
Paripasate Teshamityabuktana Yogakshemam Mamamyaham.
Very good, Riyans. Thank you. So translation is, but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. That is Krishna's promise. So the shortness of the 2 fingers represent first the devotee's endeavor, and second is Krishna's mercy. So Krishna was testing his pure devotee. So who can catch Krishna? Who can bind Krishna? That nobody can do. And so out of his causeless mercy, he allowed Mother Yasoda to bind him to the wooden grinding mortar. So now Mother Yasoda and all the gopis who were there, they went to do their chores. Now Krishna was alone, and he started to think about his next Leela. He looked at the Yamala Arjuna twin trees which were in the courtyard. And these twin trees, they were demigods in their previous lives. They were the sons of Kuvera. They were known as Nalakuvera and Manigriva. They were very rich, and Krishna thought that he had nothing to do with them. But because his great devotee Narad Muni has predicted that they would see the Lord face to face and they would be delivered from the curse by Sri Krishna, so the Lord had to fulfill the desire, the prediction of Narada. So these 2 personalities, they were elevated to the association of Lord Shiva, and they became very puffed up, very proud of their position, and they were always intoxicated and enjoying these young women in the heavenly planets. So one day Narad Muni appeared near the river Mandakini Ganga, where these two persons were sporting naked in the water with some woman. So as soon as they saw Narad Muni, the women covered themselves out of respect for Narad Muni, but Nalakuvira and Manigriva, they did not care. So Narad Muni wanted to show his special mercy on these fallen souls who were blinded by pride. So he decided to relieve them of their false prestige. And as they were naked, Narad Muni cursed them to become trees, dull, unconscious, and unmovable. So he also wanted them to remember their past life as the sons of Kuvera. He also predicted that after 100 years of the demigods, these two personalities would be able to see the Lord face to face, who would free them from the curse. So Narad Muni just he left, and these twin trees, they were waiting to see the Lord face to face. So now the time has come, and Krishna dragged the wooden motor toward the two trees and entered between them. So the wooden motor got stuck in between the trees, but with his supreme power, supreme strength, Krishna pulled the motor, and the tree trembled and fell with a big crash. So two great personalities appeared out of them, bowing down their heads, and they offered obeisances to Lord Krishna with folded hands, offering prayers to Krishna and glorifying Narad Muni, by whose mercy they were able to see the Lord personally. Krishna was pleased by their prayers and humility, and he blessed them to be always absorbed in his devotional service and never to fall from that platform again. So they circumambulated Lord Krishna and returned to their home. Now, when they heard this tremendous sound made by the fallen trees, Nanda Maharaj and the Gopas, they ran to that place, and seeing Krishna still bound by the motor between the two trees, they were surprised. And how these two trees fell without apparent reason. And so they thought it might be might have been the work of some demons, you know, who because the demons were always harassing Krishna. And so when they asked Krishna's friends who were praying around, the children related that they saw what has happened, but some of the elderly residents, they did not believe the children, whereas others, they did believe because they had witnessed many wonderful incidents in connection with Krishna. So Krishna displayed wonderful pastime to increase the parental affection of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, who they felt both joy and surprise. So I will stop here now. And if you have any question or any comments, so thank you. And Kartik Mas ki jai, Damodara Lila ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Very interesting take, because I'm going to go through not all of it tomorrow, but just like a quarter of it, but from Shivaram Maharaj's book. And he takes commentary from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. But very interesting how they differ and also are similar. So very, very nice. Thank you for sharing that, Maji.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
Thank you for allowing me to share, because when we have little knowledge, like different, we need to share to everyone, which is good. So thank you for appreciating.
When you share it, you get you understand it even better.
Yes, purify my vani also and my consciousness. We're talking about it. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
So any questions here?
Yeah, any questions, any comments? Madhusun Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I have one question.
Yes, Kaushalya.
Let him.
Who is this Harisauri she was talking about? Can we have his darshan?
Just to give idea, Induleka Maji, who is Prabhu?
Harisauri, he was one of the great acharya. He appeared in 1810. And after all our acharyas has left, that's why his name is not mentioned. He had a glimpse of Krishna in his life. That then Krishna told him to write about his childhood pastime. And Krishna also promised him to have him in Golok Vrindavan. And Krishna said, I'm going to impart all that secret that I have behind my pastime, there's my activities, into your heart, because you are a great poet and Sanskrit literary, so please write. That's why he wrote. So at the beginning I gave, if you listen to the class again, you will see at the beginning I gave, I talk about Harisauri.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to have his darshan. We can't. You haven't
No,
got his photo.
because at that time, you can, if you know how to read Sanskrit, you can
Yeah.
look for the book Bhakti Rasayanam.
I don't know Sanskrit, Prabhu.
No, if anyone knows Sanskrit that can
Yeah.
help, that would be nice. His book is there,
Okay.
but his book has not been translated.
All right. Thank you, Prabhu.
Well, I think a lot of our acharyas, especially Srila Prabhupada, has used his commentaries when translating.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada knew his commentaries because Srila Prabhupada named a devotee after him. Yeah.
Haribol Mataji, Haribol, Hare Krishna Nabi.
Krishna.
Haribol. Yeah, very nice. Nice to get a different angle on some of the things that were mentioned, you know, and there are different realizations of different acharyas. And when she mentioned Harisauri, it reminded me of Harisauri, who was Prabhupada's disciple, and he was a secretary. Yes. So he's written a book, hasn't he? I mean, about Prabhupada's pastime. So I've read that before. So I was kind of thinking of Harisauri. Obviously, Prabhupada knew about Harisauri as an acharya, so he's made references to it. But it's nice to, you know, get the Lila, and especially when we realize that, you know, Krishna is not able to be bound by anybody, you know. Yeah. And only love and our endeavor in bhakti can bind him. But then even then, we're not trying to bind him, we're trying to serve him in some way. So, you know, it's by his mercy that, you know, we're able to serve him in a small way, but we can start our bhakti, you know. And as we were talking about yesterday, bhakti and all that as well, you know, it's a gradual process for us, going through different transformations in our own lives. You know, when we have gone through being an atheist at one time, totally, you know, at one time I was totally atheist, you know.
I think every one of us has been atheist at some point in our life.
Because of the way religion is blamed for so many wars and this and that, you think, I can't believe in God. I don't think there is God, this, that. And being a science teacher and all, then we take the different angle, then we go through a bit of neutral thinking, maybe there is God, maybe then we go through transition of impersonalism and Mayavad, that touches us as well a bit, and then we go out of it, and then we come to pure devotee like Prabhupada and the other disciples of his, and, you know, Shiva Maharaj, they expound on all this, and then we start to realize God is a person, he can be a person, he's a personality, and then he's a supreme personality, and that he has these leelas and he can do anything he wants, you know. And when he can actually take a mortar like that and take it between two trees and liberate different personalities. So obviously within trees, there are these personalities who's just standing there, who've been cursed. And, you know, Bharatiya, this culture is amazing, you know, when we start to realize that we worship. That's why trees are important to us. Yamuna River is important to us, you know, so it's encompassed. But Mataji, thank you very much, you know, for the katha, you know. Again, it's very nice to hear this Damodara, especially in this month.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Haribol Nabi. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, good.
And I'm sure Riyansh has got things to say.
Yes, Riyansh. It's nice to see you.
Go on, Riyansh.
Wow, this is beautiful. What is it?
He's a diya, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Did you draw
Decorate.
You
It's
decorate.
Decorated. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Now I can see it. Yeah, yes, I can see it nicely.
Very nice.
Good boy.
But I'm happier to see you, you know. I can see you today because I always wanted to see you. Who is this? Is this I think our next Srila Prabhupada. Who is he?
Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
good, very good.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was really great. Thank you, Induleka Mataji.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Nice
Thank you.
insight.
Thank you for appreciating. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji, so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yes, we
Thank you,
enjoyed.
everyone. Thank you, everyone who's present here, who has taken the time to listen. But I'm also happy to share this realization of Harisuri.
You see,
Because-
you know, when you study, when you listen to classes, and then you take it seriously like you do, and then you share it, that's actually what is required. So very
Yeah,
good.
but the song I wanted to learn more, but I got only this little bit song that Mother Yasoda was singing.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
a tough
couldn't
one.
get-
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Tough song, that one as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So shall we go for Nishinga Kawach? And should we try?